But I am going to be using this, and now I've got these in my Amazon shop link. If anyone wanted that, I can pop that in the comment. If you comment that, I'll go through comments later after the live, because sometimes I don't get to all of them during our lives. But these are just ones that I picked up from Kmart here in Australia. So they come in a pack of 2, and it's a 12 by 12, which is perfect for our 12 by 12 stencil range. So you can get these at Essential Stencil. We'll be popping the link there in the comment. But if you look up this set is called Flowers, and it's a 3-pack 12 by 12. So if you just type in the search bar on essentialstencil.com flowers, this set will come right up. So let me show you what else is in here. We've got this one, which is, I guess, a peony, however you say it. Yes, okay, Maggie, I'll send you that, the Amazon link for that burlap thing. Burlap canvases. We've got the rose, and what's our last one? And the last one's a sunflower. So there's those 3 flowers set. If you don't have any of those, they are still available on essentialstencil.com. Use my code IRESTORESTUFF to save 10%. Now I believe there's sort of a limited supply of these left, but this is the kind of thing that you could also use with any of the patterned stencils, the damask, or this one, which is I guess it's called Sunflower Floral, and it's a 2-pack. So this one has sunflowers, and also these. Are they pansies? I'm not sure. So it has those. So you could use that on this burlap idea also. Today, I think I'm going to go with this rose. I already did one last night. I don't often prepare or practice what I'm going to do on a live, but I did have a go last night. So I created one with the peony, and I'll show you that at the end. But here's our rose. So if you wanted to, this one just fits on, and I'll pop this down a little bit so you can see what I'm working on. This one, and there you can see part of my other little note board that I've made, memo board I think we'll call it. It covers, and you still have room on the sides for if you do want to tape it down. So let me just do that to keep it in place. And you could just pop your... Hello everyone, hi Marty, and oh, Dahlia. It could be a dahlia. Someone said, I am really bad, I do not know my flowers. Thank you so much for sharing. And Robin's here from Melbourne, Australia. Hi Robin. I love it when I can see my fellow Aussies. Thank you for waving your flag there. That's awesome. Lynn from Minnesota, Arizona we've got. So many different people from all over. Okay, so we've popped our tape on to just keep it sturdy as we stencil. Now the one I prepared last night, I used white paint. So white or black you can use on burlap. Today I thought I'd go with a bit of bright color. And I was going to choose a green because I thought, oh, I haven't done anything with green for a while. So there's these gorgeous shades of green. But then I thought, hey, what roses are green? I don't know. Have you ever seen a green rose? Maybe they do have green roses. I have no idea. But we're going to go with Ruby Slipper, which is this bold red color, which will be a little bit muted on the burlap because you'll see once we start brushing it on, unless you do several coats, which I think I like the kind of washed out look, but you can do a more solid look if you wanted to do, you know, more and more coats of it. So this is just it's not even a fabric paint, it's an acrylic based furniture paint that I stock here in Australia called Artisan. But you can use any acrylic water-based paints. Just going to grab one of my stencil brushes. Let me see. Probably our large one. So the Essential Stencil brushes come in a set of 4. These are also available. You can get these with my 10% coupon code IRESTORESTUFF at Essential Stencils. You can never have too many brushes. The larger ones are great for these large spaced areas that are on these kind of stencils. Yes, it is a beautiful red, Marty. It's like a deep, I don't know, burgundy red, but it'd be great for this rose. All right, so the other thing we need when we're preparing for this kind of a project, any stencil project actually, you know what? I didn't have any paper around or cardboard. And I got this out of our recycling box. It's literally just a cocoa box. I tore it apart, and this is going to be my offloading box. Talk about recycling. So as we dip our brush into the paint, we want to offload as much as we can. First of all, see how it's just dripping off the brush there? I want to, without trying to spatter it everywhere, sometimes you can get it everywhere. I try and scrape it off on the side of the container first. Oh, you can't see that. Let me just move it over. I sort of just scrape it off onto the edge of the container. There we go. And then I've got it on my brush, just on the tips, and then I'm going to offload that onto my cardboard so that we can at the same time you're working it into the bristles, but also offloading excess so that it doesn't bleed underneath the stencil. Now, before I go on here, almost forgot. You want to put something underneath because the burlap has got this frame around the edge. It's going to push into the center and make it a little bit difficult to stencil. So just find something that's around about the size. I just got a journal notebook that fits in that space to put it down there, but obviously I don't want to get paint on my journal, so I'm going to pop a piece of paper on there and then sit your stencil right on top. Does that make sense? Now we've got a hard surface in there that's around about the same width as the frame, so that it's obviously it's probably goes to about here, so I can shift it across to one side and then shift it across to the other side when I want to do that side of the rose. Oh, Elisa's saying hello to the newbies, that you will love it here. Yes, you will. It's a great community, the Essential Stencil community. Now I've got my paint on my brush. Let's see if it's dried out in that time. No, it hasn't, so we're going well. And I'm just sort of brushing it on and doing a little bit of smushing, brushing, and swirling. All our technical terms for what we do. Okay, I'm just going to keep going around the edges because it seems like I've still got a fair bit on my brush, and it is standing out more than I thought it would. The white, actually, when I did the white one yesterday, it felt like it was really soaking into the burlap and it didn't show as well. I'll show you that in a minute, the one I did yesterday. So yeah, even when you're using not burlap canvases but the ordinary, your white canvases, it's a great idea to have a book or something solid underneath. Yeah, Missy the cat has just woken up. You can hear her Tinkerbell. I'm not sure if you heard that. Oh, Donna said she's at a restaurant. Can't hear me, but she can watch us. So that's the great thing. I don't know if the live captions are showing, are they? I don't know if you can see any captions on there. So I'm sliding that across to where the book is underneath, so I can do this section. Okay. So we just want to work our way around. As the brush kind of runs out of paint, you can see there I'm just sliding that off and also working it in the bristles. Yeah, Gillian says, I'd use something hard under the canvas to make it easier, which is exactly what I've done. See that? I've got a book underneath there, so maybe you missed that part. Where I've put that underneath to make it easier on the surface. Otherwise it's going to push right down because the burlap canvases are quite, they're not as stable and as strong as the canvases, We're making a memo board if you've just joined us today. Also, I wanted to let you know about, Essential Stencil has just popped in there a notice that we have a bonus prize going today. We're gifting 3 stencil sets plus a stencil brush set if we reach 250 live viewers. So let's see if we can share our live around, sprinkle the love, see if we can get 250 on the viewing today to make our memo board. That would be great. I might just actually do that. So what we can do is you just hit that little share button. Let me just see if I can do this from my my laptop right here. You just go share via, or more options, share to a group. I've got a group called I Restore Stuff, You Can Too. So I just hit that and then I hit post, and it'll share that within my I Restore Stuff You Can Too group. So if you don't know anything about my business, I'm Sharon from I Restore Stuff, and that's what I do is I upcycle furniture and home decor. I take old things that have been kicked to the curb, left to the rubbish dump, the trash heap, what do you say in America? And I upcycle them, paint them, refresh them, and make them new again. So my book is sliding there, so I'll have to pop it over this side again. I should just work on one side and then shift it and do the other side. Let's see, that makes it a lot easier to work with. So if you just sprinkle that, thank you so much. Who was that? Gladys Sprinkled. Thank you so much for sprinkling the love and sharing our live, especially those groups that you might be an admin in that you will allow. Some groups don't want you to share lives in their groups, so just be careful of that. But also tag a friend, get them to, or send it via messenger. You can do all sorts of fun things like that. Now before that, so we do have a bonus prize going today, Essential Stencil brush set going for a bonus prize if we reach 250 viewers. So let's see if we can do that. Also, I was going to mention the Stencil of the Month Club. If you joined me last week, I want to say Thursday because it's Thursday here in Australia, but it was Wednesday night there. If you joined me last week, I showed you the Stencil of the Month Club for June, and now it's time for the July set to come out, and it's Christmas in July theme. How exciting is that? So there is a great deal going on at the moment, and I have to actually read it to share it with you because I forgot. Limited time offer, get a free month in the club. So if you use my code IRESTORESTUFF, you will get a free month. Now it used to be that you would get 50% off your first month, but you get a free month. So if you're not in the Stencil of the Month Club yet, the link is right there in the description of the live. It's just stencilofthemonthclub.com, and put in my code IRESTORESTUFF. You will get a free month. Now it does mean you will have to obviously subscribe for more than 1 month in order to get your free month. So there are 3-month options, 6-month options, take your pick. But why would you want to join the Stencil of the Month Club? Well, here is the thing. You get a set of 3 stencils every month in the snail mail, in your mail box, and it's 3 stencils and they all coordinate with each other. Then there's an option of an add-on, so you can choose whether you want that add-on each month. And they all coordinate together, and they're huge stencils. They're this size. What's this? 12 by 16 size stencils. This isn't an example of one, but they are all exclusive to the Stencil of the Month Club. Plus, there's also the fact that you get to join the Stencil of the Month Club Facebook group, where there are so many talented people sharing their inspirational pictures and things. Things that you could make with some of the stencils and even our regular stencils. So it's really worth joining for that also. A great community of people in there who love to share their inspirations. All right, so there's our rows. If you've just joined, I saw that someone else had just joined now. So there'll be lots of people popping in because we are wanting to try and get to 250 live viewers today for our bonus prize, which is a stencil brush set if we reach 250. I feel like I want to do something else on that today. So let's have a look if we can do some kind of blending. I think I'm finished with the red. So what I'm going to do is use another brush and just add a little bit of white to that somewhere. Don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of winging it as we go. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you comment the word replay and you have a chance to win a prize within the 24 hours after the live finishes live. All right, so I'm using some white, and all I'm using is just an acrylic based furniture paint, and it's water based, so easy to wash out. I'm lifting this up so you can see the back. It's burlap canvas, so it's on a frame. So what I've got is a book here, just with a piece of paper so that I don't get paint on my book, to make that hard at the back. All right, so I want to just do some, maybe I'll go from the outside. I just want to do some blending on just a little touch of the edges of the rose here, to just add a bit of dimension, maybe into some of those edges and corners. And you can't see it really super well, but I'm hoping that it's just enough to just sort of make a bit of a difference, add a pinkish tinge to some of these edges here. And so let me just see. Just trying to see if there's any questions I needed to answer. So just doing this lightly, I'm not actually going over it with too much heaviness, and I'm just trying to sit on the outsides of the stencil lines, if that makes sense. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just put this down and push it forward so we can see what I'm doing. So this is a white that I've now got on my brush, and it could be going a little slight shade of pink there, so just being careful not to dip it all into my pot, because I don't want the pot going pink. And then adding just a little bit of a tinge around the outside of this rose stencil. Oop. And I do have a book under here if you've just joined me, to make the canvas a little bit of a harder background on the canvas. Okay. Just slightly going around the outside edges of each of these, hoping that it'll turn out. Guys, if you know me, you know that I love to just wing it. Just grabbing a little bit from the edge there again. And maybe a touch more. Just a little dabbing. Kind of adds a little bit of dimension, I think. So let's see how that turns out. And then I'll show you what we do to finish that off to make it actually into a memo board. And I'll show you the one that I made last night. Okay, so here's our book. You just got to find something that's about the same size that will fit inside that canvas to make that hard enough so that it's going to be able to be painted on without it all pushing in. Oh, let me see if I can catch up. Yes, the stencil brushes are great, and they actually are included in, if you are going in to purchase those, you use my code IRESTORESTUFF at Essential Stencil, and you can get 10% off anything that's in the store. So that includes the brushes, the little wooden tags, all that kind of thing. All right, I think that turned out pretty well. So we see how we've got the little white tinges on the edge there. You can, might have to add something dark for the background because you can see through the burlap. Does that help? I don't know if you can tell. See those little white tinges on the edge there? Maybe? There you go. All right, so to make that into a memo board now, the best thing to do, and I didn't bring it over here, is to wash your stencils off right away. Oh, we are nearly up to 250, guys, and if we get over 250, you know we're giving a bonus prize winner a set of those Essential Stencil brushes. They come in 4 different sizes, a set of 4, and somebody could be a winner of those if we can just share the love. Did we get over the 250? Let me see. Oh, someone did say we did get over 251, so we'll be getting a prize winner. There'll be 4. We did it. We reached our goal. See, I don't catch everything that's going on. So I'm going to pop that into I'm right at my kitchen bench here. I'm going to pop that into my kitchen sink right now so that it doesn't, so that the stencil can just be soaking there. But it is a good idea to wash your stencils off right away. And that's why I like to use a water-based paint. So I'm just going to pop my brush in a bit of water. Also, now all you'll need is a little bit of string, and I'm using this is a battery operated staple gun, and I want to put we're making a memo board if you've just joined me. So I want to put about 3 strings across. So I will start, that's around about the middle, and I do like to eyeball things. I'm going to tie a knot in the end, and that's going to stop our staple from moving anywhere. And I'm going to go around the back, and I'm going to choose about halfway between the middle. So what do you call that? A third of the way down? Or a quarter? I'm not sure. I'm going to flip that over, put my first staple right here. And my second one should be right directly opposite that to make our string go across. And then I'm going to come down to the center. So this is the center right about there. I have to stand up off my chair so I can see this. Did I do it straight? See, that's where if you were doing this properly, you would just do a better job at measuring, but hey. So I've got it going diagonally here, but on the front, it's going to stand straight across. Don't worry, I'm not going to catch my finger. And now we flip it across to the center. We go across, straight across. And this is going to form 3 little strings to create a peg, like a little mini clothesline, a little line to peg some photos and things on. Okay, so our last one, I'm going to want to go around about there. Once you've got things on it, you won't tell that it's a little bit crooked, will you? Okay, so on our last side over here, staple, I've got that in place. And our last one goes across here. Now for this last one, I need a pair of scissors. I want to put that, I want to form a knot on here, or you could, instead of a knot, we could do this, just double staple it. So we do a staple here, and then we put the staple back, so we've stapled it this way, then we push the string over on this side and then staple again through both of them, and then you can cut that and it won't come apart. So now we've got a cute little memo board with strings going across, and let me show you the one I made yesterday. So here is the one I made yesterday. So we've got the white now and then the pink rose with those little boards. So see how I just pegged a little flower on here? I pegged where you can follow me at IRESTORESTUFF. See what I did there? This is my business card, so I've tagged that across to the top. So let me just pop a few more. So we've got these cute little pegs that you can probably get at dollar stores or something like that. And we can just peg some photos. Say you've got some photos from a recent trip. These are ones that Tori gave to me so I could do this demo. Oh, inspiration. Oh look, she's got some Pantone colour inspiration here. We can pop those on our notice board. So how cute is that? And there we have 2 finished pieces, and we're about to pick some winners. And remember, we get a bonus winner today, so stay tuned for the Essential Stencil. Are going to pick our bonus winners. And there are some very cute memo boards. And that was just a really super quick and easy live today. My goodness, guys, we're finished early.